Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'll still be sharing some Amazon finds, but might not be the Amazon finds that a lot of you guys are used to. So I have some life updates I would love to share with you guys. I'm so happy to announce that we are expecting a little bundle of joy. I am almost at 20 weeks, so I am like halfway through my pregnancy. It has been so hard to try to do my try-ons here, especially with the form-fitting dresses I've been having to suck in, and it's been getting a little bit more difficult. And so yeah, I'm just like, it's time to reveal it because now it is starting to show where I cannot just suck it in any longer. So I went into a little bit of detail on my Instagram stories about why it took so long for me to share. The gist of it is basically like, it's been really hard for the last few months to try to get together with my family and my two best friends. Just like, life happens. At the beginning of the pregnancy, my husband and I, Josh, I don't know, we thought it would be funny to try to hide it or just keep it between us two and obviously my daughters, to see how far we could take it before we tell anybody. But then obviously it just started eating up at us, and like we really wanted to tell people. And then it got hard to get together with people in my family. Like my parents have been traveling a lot in the beginning, like the first quarter of the year. And then I was sick in March and couldn't get together with my friends. Like it's been really hard for us to like get our schedules together because I really did not want to share the news over a text. So, and obviously I didn't want them to learn about it on social media. So obviously I was trying to get with them, but it was just like not happening. So it's been prolonged, and I was finally able to share the news with all my nearest and dearest last week. And so now I'm able to go ahead and put it out into the internet. I am due September 1st. Looking back, I think like December-ish is when we got pregnant. Now, the funny thing is that back in December, I was going to the gym like at 5 a.m. I would wake up early to go to the gym, and before I would never feel sick, but I was having like this like low grade like nausea, and I didn't know what it was, because I had never felt like that before. Like I usually don't eat before I go to the gym, but for some reason, like I couldn't kick this. So after about a month of me obviously like missing my period, I was like, I usually don't track. I'm not the best at like having the exact date of when, Aunt Flo's gonna come by, but I knew it had been a while. So I was like, what's going on, So I decided to go ahead and get a pregnancy test to go and just like verify, and sure enough, it came back positive. And I also shared this on Instagram, but years ago, I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I had it in my heart that I would always have like 3 kids. For some reason, 3, it was just like, it just felt like 3 was my number. It was not my husband's number because having 2 girls, like whenever Olivia was born, my mother-in-law actually lived with us here in this house. And so she obviously would help like take care of Olivia. So we weren't really like thinking about daycare. But when she moved out, Ava was born and we had to put her in daycare, and daycare is like expensive. Like if you have a kid in daycare, it's expensive. So obviously that was an added expense, and it was expensive. And then when COVID hit, we put the girls in a little private school because again, Josh and I worked outside of the home. Like there was a lot of like in-home schooling, and we couldn't do that. So we went ahead and put them in this private school that was still having like school. And we love that private school. It was very small, but it was very expensive, especially having 2 kids in there. So they were there for a couple of years, and then we had to pull them, and now they're in a public school. Obviously, I've always been like an eternal optimist. Like I always feel like God will provide. Like, like if you try your best, work your hardest, like God is going to provide. And so to me, obviously I had been badgering my husband about like, let's have a third, we're going to have a third, da, 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 da. My husband's a little bit more like fiscally responsible. So he's like, you know what? We're comfortable. We are like not in debt. Like, I don't want, like, I guess he was still scarred from like the daycare costs. And he's like, you know, like, who's gonna take care of the baby? You're working, I'm working. Like, we barely have enough time as it is, like all this stuff. So I just kind of basically had to put it in the back burner. Not really in the back burner, like it just had to like get out of my like system. Like I had to come to terms that our family was complete with the two girls and that was it. And so obviously as you know, the girls started to get older, it started not to bother me anymore because I'm like, okay, they're older. Like, what am I gonna do? Start over? So obviously this one was a surprise, a welcomed one. But in the beginning, I was kind of like, oh my goodness. Like whenever I took my pregnancy test, I was like, Josh is not going to be happy about this. Da 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 da. I remember I was so scared. I felt like I was like, I don't know, like a teenager going to tell my mom that I'm pregnant. Like that's how I felt. Like I felt like that nervousness, like, oh my gosh, you know, what's gonna say, this and that. So I remember I almost had like tears in my eyes, like telling him, like, oh my God, he's gonna be so disappointed. He was over the moon. Like he was like, why are you crying? Like this is happy news. And I'm like, what? So obviously like he's like loves the idea. He's so happy about it. I think it's also the dynamic has changed in the last couple of years since I started working for myself and working here at home. Obviously, like, is it going to be easier having a baby doing the work that I do? No, I don't think so. Obviously, me working for myself, working from home, I feel like it's like more doable for me to take care of a baby. Obviously, like, the first couple of months, I know that it's going to be a little bit hectic. And so yeah, that is basically the story of how we found out that we got pregnant. I learned early in January that we were expecting. And so it's been kind of like, yeah, I think now it's been like 3 months that we've been holding it to ourselves. And so I'm just like happy to just like let it out. Like I've been wanting to talk about so many things. I've been wanting to like reveal like how I'm feeling, like my cravings, like in the non-cravings, like things like that. Like I'm an open book when it comes to that. I love to share. And so not being able to share has like kind of like, you know, or sometimes like I'll start like recording a story on Instagram and I have to stop myself and like re-record it because I revealed something and it's just kind of been weighing on me. So I just feel so free. Like I feel like I'm free. I'm floating. I'm like, great. Everything everybody knows. I don't have to hide it anymore. Like it's a great feeling. The girls are also very excited. They're so excited to have a new sibling. My youngest is a little bit like, you know, because she thinks that she's not going to be the baby anymore. She loves to be the baby. Like she's cuddled, obviously. And so I have to keep reminding her, like, you will always be my baby. Like my 10-year-old will always be my baby. Like you girls, like you will always be my little babies. My oldest, at the beginning, she's 10. So she's kind of at that like where she doesn't know how to express her emotions very well. So everything's like, ew, and like, what? Like all that stuff. So I remember the first thing when we told her, her first words were ew. I was like, okay. But now she's just been asking about like baby names, like what are we gonna get? Like when are we gonna get the crib? We're gonna do this because like we had to basically start over. Like I threw away the last toddler plate that we had. I don't know why I still had a toddler plate when Ava is 7, but we still kept it around. But I finally threw it away. And this is obviously before we got pregnant. I was like, I'm not gonna need this. Like, let me throw it away. So anyways, like having to start over from scratch. The one plus about it is that we know the things that we actually need. I know when we first started having our children, like we went overboard with a bunch of stuff that we didn't really utilize. And so now like we know the necessities, the basics, like this is what we get. We know the brand, so we don't have to try out, you know, different brands. Like we know what worked for our girls. So hopefully it works for this baby. How is my content going to change? Well, I told myself I did not want to even purchase any maternity clothes. I did purchase a lot of maternity clothes with my first two. You know, especially because I'm already like at the latter end of my pregnancy. Well, I'm halfway, but you know, I'm like on the second half of my pregnancy. It's, you know, 4 months left. to me, I don't want to go and invest in a lot of maternity clothes because it is expensive, especially for a few months. So thankfully, this pregnancy, I feel like I'm a lot smaller. At least, I mean, I can tell, especially at almost 20 weeks, I feel a lot smaller. With Ava and Olivia, I was bigger, especially with Olivia. I gained 60 pounds with Olivia. Like, it was my first pregnancy. I was so fatigued the first the first trimester. I was so fatigued, and I just kind of like gave in to any craving. You know, I was like, whatever, cheeseburger, like just eat anything. And I feel like that played a part into my weight gain, which 60 pounds is insane. I also had gestational diabetes with Olivia, so yeah, I really had to watch, especially like the latter end of my pregnancy, I really had to watch what I ate when I was with her. She was so big they had to induce a week early. She was like 10 pounds, so I was huge. I was a little bit better with Ava, but with this one, I was sick the first trimester, like really, really sick. Like I couldn't keep anything down. Like I had no appetite. I had to eat very small meals. So I feel like that also played a role into me like not being like where I was with the other two at 20 weeks. So thankfully I'm able to still wear regular clothes. Like obviously I've shared this Amazon set with you guys here before, and I'm wearing it now. Obviously the pants are really high, as you can see. I feel like I'm like a little grandpa here with my little sweater and my pants all hiked up. But this is like, it's very comfortable. It's very stretchy. So I'll link this set in the description below. But yeah, I'm basically leaning more towards sets. I feel like they're a lot comfortable. Like my jeans are no longer fitting. I did find this little like band that you can put on your jeans or like the closure, so you can still wear your jeans, because I don't want to go and buy new jeans. I have been wearing a lot of dresses. I think those are like my best option, especially going into the summer. It's gonna be insane. I can't believe I'm having a baby like in the middle of summer, but well, latter end of summer. But here in Texas, like it's still a bajillion degrees in September, so I will probably be living in just dresses. The one thing I did end up getting is some workout clothes that I'm gonna be like using as workout slash loungewear. So I've got these on Amazon, but I don't know, for some reason, like I do want to still feel like good. Like, you know, whenever you purchase like a new workout set, like you're a little bit more motivated. So I bought these maternity workout sets and like shorts and pants just to kind of like get me in the mood, like also still be comfortable whenever I do go work out or whenever I do get back into the gym. I'm just starting to like get my like energy back to where I want to go to the gym and lift weights and do all of that. So more for like a loungewear, I got this from Posh Diva. It's a maternity bodysuit, and I actually got it here in the color in the beige. It was on sale. I think I did actually get it during the Amazon big spring sale. In case you missed that video, I'm gonna go ahead and link it here so you can see some of the items that are like my favorites. But I did actually get this one when it's on sale, and it fits great. I got it in a size large, and it's like great because it's not super tight. And I was planning on like wearing this with maybe like a linen button down on top, or even like my lightweight denim jacket can go on top with like some sneakers and like a cute little baseball hat. I think that would look cute, but it's super, super comfortable. I may also get the black one. Again, like I don't want to go overboard. But again, I do want to at least have a few, like not like going out clothes, but more like just loungewear and things like that. So I also got this other set. This is a 2-piece set, and I got it in this really pretty blue. I don't think I shared on here, but remember I had told y'all about like the color analysis. So I actually went to a Marshall's event last weekend where I was able to do a color analysis, and I am a winter vivid and a summer soft. So there are like the certain colors, and for some reason on the winter vivid there's like this blue from like this set, and then also like a light blue, and those happen to be my colors, which I'm very excited because I think I've shared on here that I've been wearing a lot of blues. So I did get it in this blue one. Is there another blue on here? I don't know. But they also come, I got the shorts in the bra set. You can also get it in the pants in the bra set. But obviously going into the summer, I got this little set in, what did I get, a size large? I probably got a size large on everything because I didn't want anything to be too tight. But obviously right now the belly part is a little bit loose, but I'm sure as I start to grow, I'll grow into it. But it's less than $20, so I figured it was like a really good deal. So I jumped on that one. The other one that I got from Crazy Yoga, I really love that Amazon brand, is the Butterluxe maternity leggings. I got it in this color, which is Universe Blue. And again, this is another piece that I really like. You know, it covers the belly, so it's a comfortable fit. I actually wore this with my Adidas Sambas and then like my denim jacket and the shirt underneath, and it was just very comfortable. So very like buttery soft leggings, which I love. So yeah, this one was another piece that I got. It's actually a #1 bestseller in maternity activewear, and I get it. Crazy Yoga just does really good stuff. Even if you're not having a baby, Crazy Yoga is like one of my go-to like for athleisure wear because they just do things really, really nice. Another item from Crazy Yoga that I got is this maternity nursing bras. Now I get it's maternity nursing bra because you could just, it's like easy for you to nurse, but this you could actually wear even if you're not nursing. You can still wear this bra, but I really like it in this Mojave tan color. I thought it was so pretty and it fits really great. And again, it's wireless, so it's just like not uncomfortable. There's not going to be anything poking you. But I bought this one to pair with the pants. I feel like it's funny because before I was pregnant, like I never wanted to show my belly, especially like at the gym. Like I wouldn't be wearing, you know, shorts and just like a sports bra. But for some reason now I'm just kind of like, I don't care, whatever. Like, and I have no shame in just having like a peekaboo, you know, between the bra and the shorts. So it is what it is. So I love that for me. I'm a little more confident. The last thing that I've purchased is this other shorts from Posh Diva. These are the maternity yoga shorts. And this one is another one that I got in a size large with the 8-inch length. And again, it's a little bit loose on the belly, but again, I'm sure we'll grow into it. But this has over 600 bought in the past month. But this one's very comfortable. Right now it's on sale. It's less than $15. So I thought that was like a really great price because even for like non-maternity biker shorts, sometimes they get really expensive. I also jumped on this other Amazon Big Spring Sale deal, which was for this 12-pack of Muslin Burp cloths. My husband's gonna be like, why did you get white? I love everything that is like looks very clean and nice. Like when I buy them shoes, I like to buy them like white shoes. My husband hates it. He's like, black, just get black. They're gonna get dirty. But to me, like I don't know. It's just like an aesthetics thing. So there was other colors. I guess I could have gotten the ivory. It's like not as white, but I don't know. It's just for some reason like I like it to clean and bright and light. And so I got this one. It's actually still on sale as of right now. But I got it like about the same price. I think it was like $11. I also got this cute little scalloped picture frame. I mean, it's supposed to be a sonogram frame, but you can really put any picture on it because it's just like 2 acrylic plates with like the magnets at the corners. And so you just put it together. You can put any picture. So it doesn't have to be a sonogram, but you can put any picture and you can hang it up anywhere. I actually have it on our fridge so you can see a little baby there, but they have other colors, but I got it here in the clear. I just thought it was a cute little thing. And I used it for, you know, the baby reveal on my Instagram reels. The last thing that I've been purchasing actually for the last few months is actually my Ritual prenatal vitamins. I really like these. They don't upset my stomach. And I really like it because they have like this little flavory. I got the citrus one. There's also one in mint. But I mean, again, the best thing is like I don't get sick off of them. Like they don't upset my stomach. So I just take 2 pills every single day. Obviously watching what I eat, hydrating. I've been drinking a ton of water. As far as like cravings, I mean, like mainly fruit. I've been really craving fruit and smoothies. I think I got into the smoothies when I got sick during spring break. because I couldn't hold anything down. So we would go, like the whole family was sick and we couldn't hold anything down. So we'd get a lot of smoothies at Smoothie King. So I was living off of smoothies, and that's just kind of has continued on. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of smoothies. I've been trying to stay away from the carbs, but you know, again, I mean, it is what it is. But I've been making really good decisions for the most part. I think the good thing is that I cannot eat a lot, like not as like a portion that I used to eat before I was pregnant. I can't eat that now. Like it has to be smaller portions, because if I overdo it, I feel really, really sick. And it's weird because the baby's not, I mean, I'm not that big to where, you know, when you get a little bit bigger, like it starts to press into your stomach, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know why. I just cannot eat a lot. So I've been trying to prioritize like small little meals. I've been really prioritizing on the protein. I've got my cottage cheese. I do like my cottage cheese with my English muffin. I usually do an egg on top. Sometimes put a little like that crunchy chili oil, the crunchy garlic chili oil on top, and it's like so delicious. So I've been prioritizing definitely getting a lot of my protein in the mornings on breakfast, and obviously doing protein smoothies. So yeah, I've just been trying to watch what I'm doing, especially because I'm a little bit older, advanced maternal age. So I really got to watch myself for my health and the health of the baby. So but yeah, that's the big news, guys. I'm like just so happy to like get that off my chest. I am looking forward to sharing more like home stuff with you guys. I will continue to do fashion stuff. I actually have a really good fashion haul coming up with Dream Pairs. I'm working on a little thing with Zessica, I think it's the brand. I shared a dress at one of my previous hauls, which I'll link here for you guys. But the dresses were really cute, so I wanted to revisit the other stuff that they had. So that is coming down the pipeline, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss that one. Go ahead and share any questions that you have in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer those. I'd also love to know if I have any fellow expecting mamas watching. I haven't had a newborn in a very long time, so I may need a little bit of like refreshing. I keep telling people like, I really hope I remember what I'm doing here. But you know, we are women, we're mothers, like we're resilient, like we know, we like Mother Nature, we know what we gotta do. So yeah, I'm excited for this next chapter. I'm excited to bring you along. If you have any questions, again, just share them with me in the comments down below. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day and we'll chat soon. Bye.